So just walk me through, if you went through when Charlie came through Fort Myers, how would you compare the situation?
Much different. Much different. I have a lot of respect for Charlie, but Ian actually took the bar up to a whole nother level. So such a big storm, but a very slow-moving storm. So it actually had, in my opinion, a lot harder effects on our area, and especially on our city. When you see the destruction, how, you put labels on what catastrophic is, but when you see it, is it just full levelings? Are you seeing neighborhoods just washed away? How would you describe it? Yeah, so, in the city of Fort Myers, we're just seeing, on our coastal area, of course, actually throughout the rest of the city, but really on our coastal area, we're seeing stuff, boat docks that are, a half a mile away in our downtown corridor. We're seeing, boats on roadways. We're, seeing cars pushed over. So heavy surge, palm trees, they can just say that, can just see where they bowed to the winds that they came through, and many of those snapping and going into the roadways, and roofs torn off and things of that nature. So, catastrophic would be a great word for that. How many barrier islands is your department supposed to service, and are you able to get to any of those barrier islands? So we're not a barrier island. We're actually the city kind of on the mainland, if you will. Yeah. So we actually butt up next to the barrier islands, Pine Island and Cape Coral. So you don't have jurisdiction. You don't have to. That isn't your department. No, sir. That's not our department that handles that. So we actually have on the other side of the bridge is where we actually kind of start our work and our recovery efforts. Would you say this is going to be, when you look at and you're going to in your own way be a part of this cleanup effort? Is this months? Is this years? Oh, it's years. Yeah, it definitely is years. So, these are the recoveries that take a long time, a lot of resources, a lot of dollars, and a lot of rebuilding. And that's one of the messages we're just trying to tell our communities, is that we have to be patient. We're not going to fix it today. We're not going to fix it tomorrow. This is going to be a long-term effort to rebuild our communities. What kind of rescue efforts are you having to conduct today? Are there people still fighting, sort of trying to escape dangerous situations because of structures they're in, or are you past that part of the search and rescue? So we're past that. Last night around 11 o'clock, going into the midnight hour, is when Ian actually had passed us to the point where we could get back out there. So we actually went out last night, and that's when we did those rescues, taking our militarized vehicles, with our police department, and getting people out of harm's way and clearing roads. We actually ran a house on fire where there was a gentleman who was actually burning candles just to have light, and his house caught on fire. So last night was extremely busy as far as the response phase, whereas today, having put those efforts in and clearing roads, we're able to actually kind of assist in a different format to start looking at the human aspect and infrastructure. I assume another worry you have is generators that cause fires. I mean, we know a lot of people get generators, and sometimes they don't necessarily know how to operate them, and sometimes that becomes a secondary problem that you have to deal with. Are you running into this? Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of the things that, always make a response and recovery challenging. There are some folks who actually will try to, like a better term, jerry-rig a generator where it actually backfeeds the electrical system. And then there's others that will take their generators and try to actually pour gas in it while it's running. That's definitely a challenge. And, of course, obviously the other subcategories when they actually put it inside their home, and then we start dealing with carbon monoxide type challenges. Obviously people want to protect their property, but you can't have it inside your residence when you do that. For the most part, do you feel like the community is cooperating, and are you hoping people that did evacuate, when would you suggest they come back? That's something we're still kind of working through. We have, the open opportunities in the city for folks to start coming back, start working the recovery process. I will tell you, myself and the city manager, assistant city manager, took a drive this morning, and it was refreshing to see people out there actually working together, being thankful for their level of destruction, because they know there was others that may have been, worse than them. And so that was refreshing to see that people had an attitude of being thankful and an attitude of working together as a community, and that's actually something that helps us get through these times. Boy, it sure does, and hopefully it gives people, no matter how caustic things get in our politics, that actually when
when our life's on the line.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.